Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for the week ending Friday, October the 16th of 2020, right? Oh my gosh, what a year. I think it'd be nice to say goodbye to this one. It's been quite a challenging year for so many people. I tell you what a difference a week makes in this business. You know, the ebb and flow of trading, the way it goes. We had a fabulous week this week. Some couple of great trades. One of them was over a 5-to-1 reward to risk trade. The other one over 7-to-1 reward to risk. That's pretty awesome. Last week I put out a video letting the whole world know that we had a lousy week of trading. Because that's just the honest truth of it. It's like we can't hide anything. Everything we do is recorded, archived, posted. You know, there's no faking it. And when I say lousy, like, you know, it wasn't lousy in terms of losing. The losses were super small that we had. And so that's all fine. And that's assuming, of course, that you use proper trade management like we teach. It was lousy because there just wasn't a lot setting up, and we sat on our hands a lot of the week. And that's what you have to do, you know. But I can tell you this, for stage 1 and stage 2 traders, that's a very difficult thing to do. And they get disillusioned and you know, it's very tough for them to do. Fast forward to this week, and it was just a complete turnaround, right? And I'm going to go over the trades, okay? But listen, if you can if you can stand listening to me for this entire video, I would really like you to stay and listen to the very end of this video, because my closing comments are just vitally important for struggling traders, and I just really hope that they help you. Okay, so let's take a look at the trades. The first trade I'm going to show you is on the US yen pair, and I'm calling it a losing trade. Actually, it wasn't a losing trade for everybody. A lot of our stage 4 traders who are really good at reading price action didn't take a loss on that trade, but some did. So I just called it a loss. I mean, the loss was like less than 0.2%, so no big deal. So anyway, let's go and I will show you the trades. Okay, well, actually, let's start off with, there was a losing trade on Thursday on the US yen pair. And we'll just start off with that one. This is Darko's screenshot. This is monthly, weekly, daily. Look at lower highs all the way along on monthly and weekly and daily. Highs, lower. Look at all this support in here. You see this, how price kept bouncing up off of this, even after it had tested it in here before. Then it breaks down below it, and this was the sell. The sell was right up in here at about the 105.30 area with a higher high stop loss. If we go to our charts right now, let's bring up the, I got the wrong, oh no, we got the right chart here. Let's bring up the 1 hour chart, and it was right here. There was the sell right here. See, this used to be all support, sell, and we started to go down, and we got a nice reaction off of here, and price then came back up. Now we originally have a stop here, but we have very, you know, great rules and strict rules for managing trades. Pardon me, managing trades and risk. But when this happens and we get a reaction, we move our stop from here down to here. Started off as a 28 pip risk. It ended up bouncing around doing nothing. If you didn't take any profit down here, which you may not have, it was only like 10 pips or a little, maybe 12 pips. If you didn't do that, price did come up, and your stop would have got hit for 9 pips. 9 pips instead of 28. That makes a huge difference in your account, folks. That was a loss of 0.16%. Like, that's just super good. Okay, let's go now to the next trade, which was a divergence trade. And first of all, I'll show you what I posted here. And this was divergence, and it was on a Euro Kiwi. And here it was. You can see that we're at great support in here on the daily chart, upper left-hand corner, okay? On my entry time frame hourly chart, price is going down, but the lows in the MACD are going up. See, we got lower lows in price, but higher wave lows on the MACD. And this gray shaded area is the entry around the figure 176. Let's go to our charts. Let's go to my, it's right here. And I'll just bring up the hourly chart. So the buy, here's that price going lower, and the bottoms in the MACD are going up. And it qualified, comes back, hits this figure 176 area, goes all the way up. This horizontal line up here is the opposing level on the daily chart, which is our target. This trade needed a stop of 23 pips. The target was 177.69 up here, which is like I say, it's the opposing level. Let me show you here on the daily chart. It's the opposing level. You can see that this is the level that we had marked because there was such a hard reaction off of this little tiny rally and then straight down. We just watch them for reactions and see what happens. Well, so far there's been a pretty good reaction off of that. And like I say, 168 pips up to there. That was good for a 7.3 to 1 reward risk. Fantastic trade. Not saying everybody got that. Some did, but others scaled it along the way. And you know, trade management is like I say, it's an individual thing. But you can see the reaction up at this level up here. If you look at the smaller, the hourly and the 15-minute, these levels matter, right? They really do. Darko then posted one on the British pound Swiss franc pair, and we'll just bring it up just a second here. And actually what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our I'm going to go to the screenshots here, and I'll show you what he posted. Scalp right here. Cable Swiss is right here. Yeah, you see what had happened. This is, look at all this resistance up here, all this resistance along here, and then we get this hard break out of this level of what used to be support, and now becomes resistance. And so he's looking for a sell up here, but around the 118.82 level. If we go to back to our chart, let me just bring up you can see here's the 4-hour up here, by the way. Look at this resistance. That's really good. And then it breaks below it. Go down to our entry time frame, the 15-minute chart for scalping. And we were in this dealing range for a long time before we finally broke out of it, came back up. Sell was here, stop was above here, a bit of jostling around before anything happened. And away it went. This is an opposing level on the 4-hour chart because that's our higher time frame for when we're scalping. Okay, you can use a 4-hour, if you go to that, that's down here. You can see why is this marked as support? Well, look at it. It was a fantastic support. That trade there was, that one there was worth 80 pips. The sell was at 1882. Okay, up in here on the 15-minute chart. It needed a stop of 14 pips. And it went down to 11800, the figure area down here where the profit is. That's a 5.3 to 1 reward risk. So, yeah, I mean, these are just excellent trades, and you just have to be patient and wait for them. But that was a very, very nice week of trades with those setups. Well, you know, I just have to say this, that I really feel for traders who are unable to bring themselves to commit to a solid trading plan. You know, like we didn't just come up with this yesterday. I started the Coach's Corner in 2006, and it's been the same ever since I started it. It's trading patterns at higher time frame levels of key levels of support resistance. That's it. It's been the same. Okay, and when things are quiet like they were last week, and there are maybe no trade setups or maybe even some small losses, things like that. Stage 1 and stage 2 traders start to second guess what they've done, and it just happens all the time. Okay, so what do? They bail, they quit, they move on, they go do something, they flip around to something else and that. And of course, you know what inevitably happens? The big winning trades come along just after they've left. Okay, and it just happens. It's that cycle. It's amazing how it happens. And then a trade like a week like this week, you're well into the black for the month of October, like really, really nicely. So it's disheartening, but I'm just saying this so that you're forewarned about it. Maybe it'll help you making decisions in the future. So the whole point of this video was just to simply illustrate that once again. Okay, and I know I sound like a broken record on this. We always talk about this, but just how important it is to have a solid trading plan and stick to it for a while. This doesn't happen in 1 or 2 weeks, despite what you might hear on, the internet and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So, hopefully that you liked the message in this video. If you did, if you'd give it a thumbs up, we'd sure appreciate that. It just helps us reach more people through YouTube's algorithm. And be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell when you do so that you get notified whenever we put out a new video. And one other thing, check out Darko's video from last week that he posted. It's a really good one. It's in there's a link to it in the text below this video or in the email that you received. And like I heard it and it just left me shaking my head. It's pretty well, it's not really amusing, I guess, but it's not surprising. So anyway, have a listen to that when you're able to. And let's leave it at that. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you all again at the end of next week. Thanks so much.